And I'm back. Now with the streak. Well, what do we have in the first one? Queen e8 check, taking the rook. Take, and take. I guess we take this pawn. Oh, we take this bishop. What? Sorry for this. Check. Well, we gotta take it. Knight of 2. Rook e8 and then take the queen. Bishop a6 and oh, I almost did this. Queen c1. Check, take. Impossible. Possible. What is here? Rook e7 takes here. Maybe queen e8 back. Sounds possible. Like take, queen e7, king c6, queen e8, takes I queen, king b7, knight d6, and then I take queen c4. Unless I have some checkmate, which I don't think I have, sadly. What's happening here? Maybe check and then take, because if I take, then the bishop hangs. So you take on d1 first, like brain dead. Take on g6 to make this queen available. Knight f1 here, and then take. Bishop g5 and then take on d8. Queen c4, rook hangs. Maybe rook f8 and then involve a second piece, a third piece in action. Hello GD. Long time no see. Probably b6 to cut this king out, so it doesn't have any squares. checkmate. Oh, this. Oh, I have f4. I didn't even look at the king side. You have to look at the whole board. You cannot really... I mean, sometimes you can look at 4 versus 4 times 4 segment of the board and be okay with it, but very often it's not enough. You have to look at the whole board. I was looking only at this part. Like, I have a passed pawn. If I exchange rooks, I'm gonna push, but if I take and go a6, he goes king c6 and gets close to my pawns, to my pawn. But if I look at this side of the board, at the king side, then we take a rook. If I go rook f6 immediately, which wins the queen indeed, we lose a rook on e1, so first we have to take on e8 and then rook f6, rook e6. I guess we do this and take a piece, but wait, we are piece up, piece down. But yeah, I have to do this. What else? Queen f4, queen takes d4 and then queen takes b2, winning a rook. Clever. Pretty clever. There's b4 and then checkmate. Oh, push. Oh, queen. Push. Bishop g4. I push. And now the king will intersect with the bishop if the king starts chasing the h-pawn. So we do this, catch the pawn, take. Cool stuff. Check and then push. Should be okay. Take a rook. Take, rook g5, king h6, bishop g7. Sure. Bishop a6, king d2 or king d1, and then rook d8. Wait. No, I cannot give a check because he escapes to c1. He escapes, damn it. Check, king h1, ef3. Sure, why not? If I go first with this, he has queen e7, which is a crucial tempo because it attacks g7. Take, oops, take, king h8 or king f8, we have knight g6, so it's all the same. Oh, look at that. Take, c2, push. And if you go king e3, then g4 pawn hangs in the end. I believe. Maybe this, and to basically force white to push his pawn and give it up. Take on f3, queen d7, knight e1, then take on e4. No perp. What is this one? Knight f3, bishop f3. Oh, you take on e4 first. Oh. You take on e4 first to separate the queen and bishop, and then you take on f3. The bishop is loose. Good for me. Oh no, these endings. Maybe I just do this. Push e4. Check here, check here, check. Looks okay. Queen g1, the queen is loose, knight cannot move, so if you take on c2, I take with the queen to defend the knight. Seems about right. Oh. Push. And bishop d5 should be working out. Pretty nice. Oh, there's no king b2 here. Wait, bishop e4 wins on the spot, right? But why not this one? Because of queen d3 maybe? Or... and then queen d2. That's a bummer. Take. Wait a second. 100 more. Easy puzzle, easy task. Easy puzzle. It became automatic. GH. Wait, what am I missing? GH, king h1. Oh, there's queen g1 in the end. So if king takes, there's rook h3, king h3, queen g4, king h2, take on h4, and it's mate. Yeah, if you go here, queen g1, rook g1, promote, take, rook h3 is mate. Nice. And to show one more nice line, so if you take with the king, then rook h3, lure the king to h3, give a check, and this is also the end. Okay, rook e5 maybe. Hitting the bishop, you cannot really take it because of queen. If you take on g5, rook e6, and then some discovery will decide the game. Rook e7, let's say, on the next move. And that's the end. Like, maybe bishop f2 is there, but king h1. So, do I do this? I don't think so. Knight c2 is a bitch. I gotta separate the king and the rook with bishop a3, and when the king moves to g8, then I attack the knight and take on e8. So again, to show, this is quite tricky because you can get so tempted to go on rook e2, don't see a difference. I mean, if he moves back, bishop a3, and then I win on e8. But actually a cold shower comes if you go for this knight c2. And then there's no bishop a3, and you gotta react like this, and probably you have to even exchange the rooks and be a pawn down. So take, and then oops, take, he attacks my knight, so I can go knight f5 and then take on e4 and defend this knight. Cool. Queen e2. Or something else. Queen e2, king f4. I do not see it. Queen e2, king f4. Ah, maybe there's queen f2. Okay. Queen e2, king f4, queen f2, and then if you take, there's a skewer on h4. What's up with these puzzles? They're much tougher than I expected on this stage. 52, and I have to find like bishop a3 or something ridiculous. Like here, queen e2. Not that easy to spot, I think. So this, oh, he does that, okay. So again, to show one extra line. If this, then queen f2, and then this rook is in danger. If you take it, I take your queen. Sure. Wow, this has to be some queen b2 with e2 to follow. Now white has two choices: to escape or to exchange queens, after which rook hangs on c5. Takes, rook c5, and it's all over. Or, as I said before, to escape, but then queen b4, and you take with the queen. Rook is pinned, so you cannot take on c5 immediately. That's why you have to do something something extra. And that's something extra. Okay. Rook h4, right? Rook h4, and then if you take on d3, I take on h7 and give a checkmate. Oh, I'm not streaming on Kick. But thanks, anyways. I think it's a d2. Not check and d2 because it might expose you to rook b8. So I want to do the same but with different order. So if I go d2, then what do you do? If you take, I go check and then take it. You do have a couple of checks, but it's nothing serious. If you go f4, well then, then you stop these checks. If you queen, you stop queen h5. So I would say d2 here. Okay, the first move that pops to mind is rook d8, but what after? Rook d8, queen d8, king g7, bishop d4, f6. Rook d8, queen d8, king g7, bishop c5. No, bishop c5, wow. Bishop c5 is brain dead. Bishop d4, f6. Aha, there is queen e7. I'm not looking deep enough. Bishop d4, king h6. Queen f8, king h5. Probably some h3 will work. Let me see. So this here, and something devastating. Oh, it's maybe not that. Maybe it's something. This one. Check, queen f6. And then threatening queen g5, queen g7. Yeah, that's busted. That is busted. Okay. Take, rook e1. Rook a5, bishop f4. Or even bishop b5, which is quite funny. No, bishop b5, bishop e6, that's messed up. No, I think we do bishop f4. Wait, but then rook a4, this bishop e6. I think it's okay, but... Oh yeah, bishop e5 is stupid, f6 now exists. Which you don't have after bishop c4. So now we go rook e5. e5, if queen takes bishop f4, trap the queen. And otherwise knight doesn't have d7 because of bishop hanging on e7, so yeah, let's go for this. What's wrong? Check, check, mate. Take. Probably. Take, queen g3, king f1, queen f3. Sure. King d5, king b6, f4, ef, king d4 takes here. Wait a second. This one, king b6, f4 takes, no, not takes, takes here, king c6, here king d5, here king e5 takes king f4, and then g3. And then f4, hopefully. And now not king b2 because of king d3. I gotta wait. King a2. I want this position with white to move, so he has to abandon his pawn. So I go king a2, and when he waits as well, I go king b1, and then king b2. Let's go. So, check here, check, king g6. And now to stop him from escaping, you can go g4, boxing in the king. Stopping king f5 from happening, and oh, but wait, I can give a check and g4 is mate. Oh, but now I'm interested, why not? Aha, because h5 is there. It's not mate. So I give a check, it's all forced. And then g4. I tried to be too clever, but there was no need for that. Rook e7, d4 now. Oh, it's rook e8. Oof. Brutal exchange. Rook e8, and you have to go g6, I guess. But then you give a couple of checks here and there, and it's gonna be over. So let's say rook e8, g6, queen e6, king g7, Probably some rook e7 or rook e7, king h6, and queen e5 with queen to g5 or queen g7. Ah, he does that. Okay, this is simpler, but is it? Oh, I take queen. Bishop e5, and then take on g7 next. Take on g7, and I hope it works. Bishop g7, queen e4. Yeah, bishop g7 and then h7 is also a threat. So I guess he's gonna play f4 just to keep me alert to take on c2. But yeah, this is it. Bishop e5, bishop g7, and then I either do a discover check or I play h7. Oh. Sure. Bishop e7, knight e7, queen f6, gf6, rook e7. Wait, this? Queen f3, gf3. Why not? This one. Do I give a check and then push? Looks like an amazing combo. Bishop on f6 covers d8, combined with the rook. Just push. Well, free rook, why not? Oh no, now I have to choose the right square. Rook h1, I think. Tricky. Rook h1, king g4, king e5, king h4. Oh, I think there's nothing tricky here, just rook h1. Because if I go from this side, he's gonna push, simply. This cutting off technique works only if the pawn is on pawn and king are on the 6th rank. Let's see if my knowledge will fail me or not. Yeah, it won't. 95 works. 95. Wait, 95, queen e4, knight f3, gf3, queen g7 also, and then the rest is easy. Thank you. I'm being followed. So rook h1, only defender, only decent defender of the king. If I do this and imagine I eliminate the rook, there's gonna be bishop h6 as a threat. So rook h1 takes, and now I threaten this bishop h6. If he takes, I take back. He's pinned. Rook h8 comes. Not easy to play. But also there's queen g4. What's that? Rook h2, king f3. It's not really working. Please be that. Bishop f6. Yes. Queen d4 using the pin. So he doesn't have some rook c1 or, well, rook c1, queen g1. Anyways. Here, queen f2. Oh. Jeez. Take maybe f5 to begin with. f5, and when the knight moves I can go queen g7 and threaten this. If knight f2, then I got screwed. Wait, this has to be simpler. Queen d4, queen f2. Oh, there's f5. There's f5. And if you take, I take back, knight f2, dc3, knight d1, c2, and I promote. So yeah, that's it. Like, if knight f2, rook d2, rook c2, queen b2. So let's go with this. Because I didn't find anything against this rook d2, rook c2. It felt bad for black. '73. Knight f7 comes next, or knight d5, or knight g5, or knight g6. But maybe there's knight f1, just knight f1, rook f1, queen d4. If knight f1, knight f7, take. Well, is it a big deal? Knight e3 back. Oh, even bishop e3 exists, so that could be bad. Knight g5, wow, takes. Queen g5. Knight g6, well, I have to take. Unlucky me. Rook c1, rook c8. So let's say rook c1, queen a5 to block rook d8, then I take on d5. And then drop rook c8. I believe that. So, just to repeat. If you go queen a5, I go queen takes d5. And however you take, you go rook c8. Okay. This I guess we just exchange and go towards f4. Pick it up and then go after the remaining pawns. Easy peasy. Bishop g7, queen e4. Maybe just yes. Okay. Bishop g7. This one doesn't seem right. Knight e4 and then you lose a bishop. So I think we gotta go for bishop g7 and then queen e4 only now to get king d2. But now I can exchange queens and go bishop h6, take it. Yeah, if I take queen d3 is quite sus. Quite sus. Knight d5 and game finishes. Knight d5, bishop e1, rook e1, and this will drop gone. Come on. This maybe no. Queen f5. Knight d2 and then pick it up. Rook e1, knight b3. Nothing happens. Oh. Take knight e6, king f6, knight d8, bishop g2, and he is effed. King e7 comes next, and that's it. Here looks like these two knights will be tragic figures. Queen d3, d5, cd5, queen c5, king h1. Huh. Ah, but there's always an exchange on d5. Yeah. So queen d3, d5 here, queen c5 take, take 95 in the end. I think it blows up. So if I go back, this is me solving puzzles on Lichess. One mistake finishes the streak. I don't have a right to make a mistake. I'm trying to get to find the best move in each position. So here, Queen D3, D5, CD5, Queen C5, King H1, this, 95, yeah. And you can delay this by exchanging rooks, but in the end it doesn't matter. If you take Rook F8 and knight hangs as well, and you always have to deal with discover checks. In this case, on this knight, to 93, Rook F7, Rook F7. Oh, Goran je zdravo. Wait a second, 93. Ah, you don't have Rook H6, and I mean you have it, but Bishop doesn't. Bishop is blocked. So I think we do, I mean, if I go Bishop F6, you take it, King G8. Shouldn't be great. The point is knight on F3 hangs in the end, so it's all good. Check here, Bishop C5, D6, Queen E8. You cannot go Bishop G5 because he got Knight F3. And then takes on G5, discover check. But we have mate in 3, which is quite decent. What is this? Which discover check works here? Or do I go Rook C3 first to make a discover check more appealing? Because when I lure the queen to C3, it's gonna be Knight E2, and that could be something nice. Rook C3, Queen D1, let's say. And how do we proceed? Maybe Rook C1. Maybe we just keep harassing. But then he could take, maybe. Which I don't really like. I don't like it. So Rook C3, Queen D1. And something is missing. C3, Queen D1. Maybe I go knight f5 or yeah, knight f5, knight e3, knight f5, king h1, knight e3, queen d2, and then rook c2 maybe. But it feels not good. Rook c3, queen d1, knight e2, king h1. Or it's maybe just takes, rook c5. But no. I'm gonna go for rook c3, but yeah, now I'm puzzled. Maybe it's rook c1 in the end. Queen c1, this. Takes. Yeah, actually you might win this. Queen f2 and start collecting the pawns. Yeah, this is much worse for white than I thought at first. So rook c1, and if he goes back, then knight e2, king h1, and a nice finish. Queen g1, rook g1, rook g1. So let's just go rook c1. Why this? Maybe check. King f7, knight e4. And if queen f3, knight g5, and then you pick it up. If there was a bishop on d3, I would have rook h8, but in this case it's not possible. But I think it's just queen h7, knight e4, to have knight g5 and to separate the king and the bishop. Boom. Oh, didn't see that at all. Okay, e2 is not an option. I lose it. Oh, I don't lose it with check at all. Wait. Wait a second. King d2 might be... Wait. Aha, maybe on king e2 he has knight e4 or something like that. Takes. Yeah, probably that. That gives him some time. I would go for king d2. King d2 it is. Rook f8, king g6, and now f4 maybe, and some torture. rook f8, king g6. But he's gonna have some escape on h6, by h6, king h7. Maybe I have to begin with f4. But no, then he has rook c8 to stop me. I have to begin with this. And now something pretty clever. Or bishop f8, first move. Oh god. Bishop f8, king g6, and then something smart. But what is that something smart? Maybe not. Maybe just rook f8, king g6, and f4, h6, rook g3, king h7. But it disappears. The initiative disappears. Maybe it's none of these. Maybe it's queen h4, first move. And on rook c5, queen h5. But again, he seems to escape. Wow, this is wild. King g6. Rook c5, queen h5, king f6. I gotta actually go very soon, so I would have to make a move here. Do I make a move or do I keep it 85? What do you think? And save it for the next stream. Rook f8. Should I risk it or should I keep it for next time? Risk. Risk it. And now f4, h6. Rook here. King h7. No pressure, right? Okay, so let's make this work. I think it's f4, but I don't see how to continue after this. Maybe rook h8 and then rook h8. Yeah, that might work. I think this is the way to continue, to stop king h7. Yeah, only move. Actually, mate in 7. Wow. And then this and rook g7. And if king f7, rook g3. Yeah. I have time until 2 p.m. Then I have to go. I have something to attend. Knight f3. Knight f3. Yes or no? White has some threats which are quite nasty. So knight f3 here, but they're only checks. Oh, I have queen c2 check and then take on h4, which is a nice attacking piece to eliminate. Queen c2. Yes, yes. Take with check. Or maybe this one. Oh, but he escapes all the way. No, but does he escape? Wait. Whoa. Bishop e4. Bishop e4, king e3. Then I'm screwed. Wow. Maybe here it's queen e1 with f2 to catch this bishop. If rook f6, well, then we can take on c1 and continue with the terror. Bishop is stuck on f1. We could do a lot of things here. So, what do you say? Queen e1, yes or no? I cannot exchange queens, I'm a rook down, so I have to be quick. But wait, there's bishop e3. What is that? Aha, maybe then bishop f4. Wait, no. No, bishop f4. Oh, it might even work. It might work like some kind of Zugzwang. This. No, bishop g3. Sorry, bishop g3 and then f2. Or even better, maybe knight f5, but it's still very, very cramped, this position of white. Oh yeah, there's something like, let's say, you make a random move, like, let's say, like rook c6, I push f2, queen g3 here, king h2, and knight f3, queen f3, queen g1 is mate. So let's move it. I mean, I have to move the queen. Oh, knight g2. Wow, that was something. Yeah, h3 hangs. Check here. Wait, how is this? Ah, there's f2 now. Wow. Yeah. Ted, you were just a second slower. Wow, I didn't see that at all. That was a nice motive. Yeah, but there's a delay, so bummer. 87, but I gotta go. Unfortunately, I gotta go. Maybe I'll see you in the evening, but maybe I'll play the title Tuesday on the late one at 11 p.m. Serbian time. So, have a nice day, enjoy your day, and see you soon.